Hello, divas. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Natalie Hughes. I am a spiritual consultant who specializes in business and mindset mentorship. In today's video, we're having some fun. We're doing our daily pick a card psychic reading, and we're tapping into the adventures you're going to be having in your next home. Okay, so you're manifesting a move, you're planning for a move, or you've signed the lease on a new place and you want to know what it's going to be like. You want some ideas, you want something to help you visualize and tap into the energy. That's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so give me a second because you know that I gotta get my you know that I have to get my music together. I have to I set the schedule for 11:45 and then I started streaming at 11:48, and I want to get better at showing up on time, getting the readings out early in the day. And so sometimes you just have to hit stream and then get your shit together in the beginning of the video. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you'll keep on procrastinating and putting shit back and doing other shit around the house and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so this is a live video. So the timestamps are not in the description box yet, but they will be. There are 3 pictures on the screen in front of you, so choose the picture or pictures that stand out the most to you. And let's get into it with pile number 1. All right. Hello, pile number 1. How are you doing, sweet pea? Welcome to your reading. We are tapping into your next move and what is going to be happening for you during this move. What adventures are you going to be experiencing? So on and so forth. And actually, I have on certain healing frequencies, but I'm actually needing some rain sounds, okay? So first of all, tapping into it, you might be moving someplace where there's a lot of rain, okay? You might be moving someplace that is tropical, because I felt like I wanted to tap into some rain, and then that kind of resonated with the energy that I'm tapping into. For you, pile number 1, this energy of rain, you're just gonna have to give me some freaking grace because I just turned on the thing. Just skip forward because I'm getting shit together. Just skip forward like 10 seconds and then I'll be ready. Okay? And if you don't have patience, then click off, but don't comment on it because I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be kind. When people leave rude comments, then I comment something rude back. I feel guilty because they go low, I go to hell, you know, and I don't want to do that. So just don't say anything. Thank you. Okay. So we got the rain sounds. We're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. All right, pile number 1. Talk to me, Spirit, about the adventures that pile number 1 is going to be experiencing and going on when they move. Okay, I am getting a kind of, I don't know if I want to say a tropical climate, but I'm just getting some rain. And now they're saying snow. So, and now they're singing Christmas songs. So some of you are going to be moving in the Christmas time or moving during some sort of like fall season, right? I know that we're watching this from all over the world. So, you know, different seasons and the different hemispheres and stuff like that are different. But I'm definitely getting you moving while things are raining, or you moving while things are preparing to rain, or the end of the rainy season. But I do think that rain is going to play a part. I can see you having moments of just sitting out like on a patio and watching the rain. Okay, so you can have an apartment with a patio, or a home that has a nice deck, or you have some sort of umbrella. Some of you guys are going to be going to like parks while it's raining outside and having an umbrella. They're showing me, I've been thinking about this umbrella. I have to order this fucking umbrella again, y'all. When I lived in New York City for college, I had this little $14 clear plastic umbrella, and it was the coolest thing in the world because, of course, it's a see-through umbrella. And so I could just sit and not get rained on and, observe all of the world that was happening around me. So I'm also getting that kind of energy. I feel like a part of your adventures and your next season of life are around like calm, okay? Which I know is not what we think of when we think of adventure. But as I'm tapping into your energy, pal number one, I get the sense that you're somebody who, in your past season of life, you had a lot of exciting shit that was going on. And that exciting thing could be really good stuff. However, it feels like the excitement feels like a really heavy schedule. Feels like one thing going wrong. Okay, we put out one fire. Now there's another fire popping up. It just kind of feels like you were in a season of one thing after another. Give me a second. Oh my God, I just had to make sure that the audio was okay. So adjust your headphones accordingly. So, okay. I feel like you were previously in this season where it was like chaos, okay? And it could have been some confusion, and it could have just been so much excitement where it was like you're wondering whether or not you're going to be able to pay for your bills this month, and different things like that, okay? Or there's drama at work, there's drama with this boss, there's drama with this. So I feel like in your next season, this place that you're moving to is going to be really relaxing, all right? If you're not moving during a fall season where there's rain or snow, you could also be moving someplace by a beach, because I'm getting that I'm seeing you deliberately taking time to be out in like nature. So you could be going out to the beach often and listening to the waves and being cleansed by the ocean and all of that good stuff. And you could also be, I was seeing you like going to a park with this umbrella that is, see-through, and just sitting on a little bench and just sitting and watching people and listening to a podcast or listening to your favorite music. And also now I'm getting this kind of movie energy. So pile number one, I get the energy that you guys are creatives. In your next home, I see you kind of going on like creative walks. I see you going to places and just like sitting and observing, okay? You know how when people talk about art, there is an art book, and I have to look it up because I got it when I was in college. I took an art class my freshman year of college, and we had to read this book, and it was like art in the everyday life or something like that. And it basically was talking about like practicing drawing by going out, observing something in the world, and just writing, drawing exactly what you're seeing, okay? I can't think of the name of the book. If I do think of the name of the book, I'll put it in the description box for you because you might be interested in that. Adventures in your new home, in your next home, it feels like you're gonna be creating a lot and receiving a lot of creative inspiration, whether you're doing this deliberately or not. I can see you at a park. I can see you at a park sitting and people watching, and also having your little sketchbook having some watercolor, having some oil pastels, having some colored pencils, having a pen and paper, even going out to places and pulling out your laptop or pulling out your iPad and just doing some writing, doing some journaling and different things like that. I see you being creative, and I see you living in a place that really inspires you. Okay, so you're like walking around and you're observing the things that are happening in your environment, and you're able to just sit and exist and just kind of silently people watch, and you receive ideas and inspirations. They're showing me like, can you sit and observe two people that are taking a walk through the park and create an entire scene about who they are and how they live, and you know what I mean, and what's the objective, and you just taking those moments in order to sharpen your skills of storytelling. Okay, I'm getting writers, I'm getting screenwriters, I'm getting playwriters, I'm getting directors and different things like that. Okay, so there's a lot of creative energy that's coming here. Also, of course, artists who are drawing and painting and writing. I just see you being in a place where you are constantly receiving inspiration from the world around you. So you have those moments of peace. And the card that we have out is the Seeker. All-seeing eye, spirit release. Could you surrender just a bit more? So I feel like in your next home, a lot of the adventures that are going to come will come as a consequence of you listening to your inner being. Like, I see you just being in a place where you're like, I want to explore this city. So maybe you've never lived in the city before, or maybe you've only visited the city, or maybe you have lived in the city all of your life, but you still want to just explore. You're going to be in a new neighborhood, and I feel like you're going to be going to places that you've never gone to before. And I feel like you're going to be just really connecting with source energy, connecting with your inner being, and you're gonna be like, I don't really have any plans for today, so I'm just gonna go walk around. And then you're gonna walk around a corner and you're gonna find a flea market. You're gonna walk around a corner and you're gonna find a farmer's market. You're gonna walk around a corner and you're gonna find the cutest little cafe that you've ever been to in your life. And then that cafe is going to become a part of your morning routine. Waking up, going down to the cafe, having some good food, drawing or doing a quick water painting color of your, latte or your cappuccino or your baguette or your croissant. And it's like, you're going to be doing these little things, creating little movies, creating little stories all of the time. And your intuition, your inner being is going to be guiding you to each of these adventures where you're just kind of like, I think I want to go here. I think I want to see this. I know pile number 2's was the actual museum, like a picture of the Met, but I get the energy that you're going to be like inspired. Like, I want to go down here and I want to go into this gallery and I want to go into this place. And I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of things by yourself. And I also think that you're going to find a lot of friends. Okay, so they're showing me XCS and the City. I don't know if I can say the title of the fucking show without being demonetized, so whatever. They're showing me that one with Carrie Bradshaw, the television show, and I don't know, I think it's in the movie, I don't know, but at some point they tell the story of how the girls, it's a group of girlfriends, a group of friends, and they tell the story of how they all met each other. Okay, I don't remember exactly what the stories were. I don't remember how it happened. I don't know, but that's what the guides are showing me. So I feel like in alignment with that, you're going to be going to these different places. You're going to walk past a store and you're going to go into an art gallery. You're going to go into a record store and you're going to start talking with somebody who's there. You're going to start connecting with somebody whose art is up or who is looking at the same piece as you, and they're making a comment about, oh my God, that's so amazing, or that's so beautiful, or this is some of the most beautiful blah, blah, blah I've ever seen in my life. And they're going to be like, oh my God, yes, this this is my favorite artist. He actually is having another art show that's coming up, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to go to that art show. You're going to find that person and you're going to be connecting with a lot of like-minded individuals. So I definitely see your friendship circle growing and expanding, and it's going to grow and expand in response to you following your intuition. I feel like you're going to end up at the most random places. You're going to be at the beach one day, or you're going to be at a coffee shop. You're going to be at a little arcade. You're going to be in a record store. You're going to be walking through Target, and then you're going to have a random conversation. Somebody's going to ask you like, hey, I see that shaving cream gel, whatever, in your cart. Does that work really well for you? Because I've been seeing it all over TikTok, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. And you're going to be like, oh my God, girl, yes, I swear by this shaving cream. It is the greatest thing in the world, blah, blah, blah. And then you guys are going to talk a little bit. You guys are going to laugh a little bit. And then maybe you exchange Instagrams and different things like that, you know? So I just see you in this place where you're more social, okay, and you're feeling really good and connected with your inner being, and you're at a place where you actually have the capacity to be social because you're more safe and secure now. So in this place where you're moving, you're gonna be in a very stable place. I see you being in a very stable, secure place financially. I see you having a really good time, like with managing your money and managing your finances. So you definitely could be taking your current chapter or previous chapters and using that as fuel and inspiration to get your shit together financially, to get your money mindset together and different things like that. I feel like that is paying off for you. And when you move into your next place, because of the mindset and the actual practical practices that you've put into place around your money and your finances, you're going to be feeling very safe and you're going to be feeling very secure. And because you're feeling safe and because you're feeling secure and you're no longer living in a toxic environment or just an environment that has so much excitement and drama in it, you're going to have the capacity to have more friendships. You're going to have the capacity to have more new things coming into your life. Because think about it, when our nervous systems are activated because of the drama and chaos that's going on in our current environments, we're not really open to new experiences or to growth and expansion, because new experiences and growth and expansion is also going to trigger our nervous systems a little bit. We're always nervous when we're doing something new. So we're always going to be nervous when we're meeting a new group of friends for the first time. We're always going to be nervous when we're going on a first date for the first time. It doesn't mean that we have to be, like pooping ourselves because we're so nervous, but it's normal to have those nerves as we're doing new things. But when you're in a place in your life where your nervous system is constantly being activated based off of what's happening in your life, you do not have the capacity, you don't have the bandwidth for new friends and new energy and new growth and expansion. So I definitely feel like right now you're in a place where you're focusing on creating that safety and security, creating that routine for yourself, regulating your nervous system. That's very good. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you don't know what to do and you're like, I'd like to get there, but I'm not there, check out the links in the description box. I have a million different courses that are all made to support you. And my transformative courses all have breath work that I use to shift my nervous system. There's also EFT tapping in the different courses and in the free resource library. So check out the resources that are available to you in the description box, okay? So we have that going on. Keep doing what you're doing. You're coming into a greater sense of safety and security. And then when you get to this new place, you're going to have such a solid foundation where you're going to feel safe to go out and explore and meet new people and try new things, okay? I see you trying new foods. I see you connecting with new people. And I'm just getting this energy of curiosity and exploration. I feel like you're going to be introduced to new cultures, to different cultural norms, okay? And I see you actually having a really fun time. I feel like your intuition is going to guide you to places that you didn't think that you would want to be guided to, okay? So you're going to go to a specific place and you're going to try a specific food, and you would have never thought that you would have liked that food, but your intuition guided you around the corner and that restaurant kind of looked interesting, so you went into the restaurant and that's what you felt guided to try on the map. Okay, you could literally be having a moment where you're deliberately introducing yourself to new things. You're deliberately challenging yourself and saying, I'm going to try some new food, and if I don't like it, that's okay, but I might love it, and so I'm going to try. And so you're just going to be growing and expanding so much. And then we have the servant queen, divine, magnetic, valuable. You are worthy of beautiful things. So I definitely feel like you're going to be receiving. I feel like you're going to be in this energy of constantly feeling like you're being served. You're going to be in this place and in this flow state where you recognize the support of the universe that is available to you. You recognize and you feel that God is supporting you. God is guiding you. God is guiding you to the right resources. God is guiding you to the right connections. God is guiding you to the right people. God guided you to the right apartment or the right home or the right, job and different things like that. And so you're going to be feeling so supported. And I just see you in this place of basking in that feeling of support and basking in that gratitude. Okay, pile number one. Wow, that was amazing. If you want more on this, you want more support from me, be sure to subscribe. I am currently open for personal readings, so you can book that using the link in the description box down below. And like I said, those programs like the free resource library, it's free, obviously, and it's absolutely amazing. So I definitely recommend checking out all of that. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way over to my website and all of that other good stuff. Okay, I love you lots, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we are tapping into life in your next home. What adventures are you going to be going on in your next home? So maybe you have just signed a lease on a new place, or you're manifesting a new move, whatever it is. Let's get tapped into the energy. Okay. So, pile number 2. What are the adventures of pile number 2? I definitely get, because you chose the photo of the Met, I definitely feel like you guys will be spending a lot of time consuming art, okay? I feel like you guys are deliberately going someplace where there's a lot of art, there's a lot of artists, okay? So you could be going someplace, moving someplace where there's a lot of really famous paintings or famous art museums. Like obviously you chose the picture of the Met, the Metropolitan Museum, which is in the heart of Manhattan, right? So you have that kind of energy. But the Met isn't the only one. In Los Angeles, we have LACMA, right? The Los Angeles County Museum of Art. So there's a lot of different really iconic art museums that are obviously all over the world. So that's what I see for you. I see you going to different places where there's like art museums. You could also be going to movie theaters. I'm also getting like a classical movie theater. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, you know how sometimes some places have like old movie theaters, historic movie theaters. And so those movie theaters are a little bit different. Like AMC, I'm in America, so I'm going to talk about American, movie theater franchises and stuff. I think AMC is just American. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So we have, is AMC stand for like American? I don't know. What is AMC? It doesn't matter. Focus. So anyway, I feel like you're at a place where sometimes you have the movie theaters that are like AMC, and they just show like the movies that are playing right now, across theaters, whatever. And that's great. But when you have certain like older movie theaters that have been around for like 100 years, you know what I'm saying? Those movie theaters, they will typically have like unique things that are unique to the community. So it's like, our local movie theater is doing a showing of XYZ black and white movie from so 100 million years ago. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I definitely see you going to the movies, not just to see movies that are coming out and new right now, but also to see movies that are old. I see you consuming a lot of media. And again, this is related to your creativity and your creative process. So some of you guys are going to be writers. You might be writing books, but movies are something that inspires you. You might be writing books, but art is something that inspires you. You want to go to a museum and you want to look at the paintings and you want to say, if this was just a screenshot of an entire movie, what would the story be about, and who would the characters be, and what would they say, and how would they talk, and different things like that. So I see you deliberately going to places that are going to fuel your inspiration and also for enjoyment and entertainment. Okay, so this is definitely the pile that is going to be going to the opera, is definitely going to be going to Broadway, or going to see live shows, live theater, musicals, plays, okay, different things like this. Also, what is it called? Okay, so we have like the opera, but also, what is that called? They're showing me orchestra. Do you just go get tickets to the orchestra? What is that called? When you go and see, classical music being played, not opera, you know what I mean? I'm definitely seeing that. So you guys are going to concerts. You are seeing these really beautiful instruments being played, whether that instrument is the voice, the body, or, other instruments like the cello, the violin, the flute, different things like that. I definitely see you in a place where you are going to shows and you are consuming art, and it's making you smarter, I want to say, because it's making you think, it's making you have really good conversations. And then we get kind of similar to how we talked about in pile number 1. I feel like you're going to have people that you are meeting and connecting with through this or because of this. This energy is kind of like, I feel like you're seeking these people out in a way where you might join a Facebook group, millennials who love opera, Gen Z who refuse to let live theater die. You know what I mean? And so you're going to be connecting with these people. You might be talking in a lot of like online forums. You might be creating content yourself about the movies that you're seeing and giving reviews for different things like that. And I just feel like you're going to be inspiring a lot of people. You're going to be really inspired, and you're also going to feel really like brilliant and really smart. And I want to say really refined. Okay. The adventures of your new life. I see you having this really beautiful, colorful wardrobe as well. So I feel like you will be living a very artsy life, even though for some of you, you don't work in the arts. This could literally just be your hobbies. You might just be moving to a place where you have extra time for your hobbies. Okay. Speaking of hobbies, I can see you doing different things like sewing and quilting, knitting, different things like that. Just like creative outlets. So some of you guys are definitely my corporate girlies. You are my 9 to 5ers or 8 to 4ers or what the hell evers. And you are having, the time that you're having, whatever, doing your job. But when you go home, you really enjoy watching certain films, or you really enjoy consuming certain media, having certain conversations, reading certain books. So I just see you having a lot more time and like capacity for art and artistic expression. And I also feel like that's going to be being expressed in the clothes that you wear. Okay. Like a woman who I really love, her name is Carla Rockmore. I literally just ordered a coat from her company. She's on YouTube. She's a fashion girly, and she is kind of the woman who I can see, because she wears a lot of like bold, not necessarily bold print. It can be a bold print, but it can also be just a bold color. And she's got accessories, and she's got, you know, clinky jewelry, and she's got big platform heels, and she is just like there, and she's taking up space. And that's what I can see you being. Like, I see you being this woman where you have this routine where you get up and you do your hair and you do your makeup and you put on your outfit and you look good and you feel good and you were creatively expressed. Even if you are working in an office, you're going into that office and you're not dressed in the same plain, boring ass clothes as everyone else. You have certain accessories and certain colors and certain prints that stand out. Even if it looks professional and presentable and clean, you're still yourself. You're still unique. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's somebody here. You are killing it in that pink suit, diva. You are killing it in that pink fucking suit. Like, it's insanity. So it's definitely giving me kind of like an Elle Woods kind of vibe, where it's like people can be pretty and they can also be really smart. Even if you guys are not the corporate girls, the corporate women, you are just expressing yourself and you're also really brilliant. So in your next chapter of life, I see you being in a place where you feel really confident in yourself. Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Wands. So I feel like the Queen of Swords energy is very mature. She's been there. She's done that. And again, like I was talking about being refined, there's something about this energy that is very refined. So I feel like, now they're singing the song Grown Woman by Beyonce. She says, I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want. Okay, go listen to that song, Grown Woman by Beyonce, because I feel like that's going to be your anthem, where I feel like you are entering this era. You're entering this chapter where you know who you are, and you know what you like, and you know what you want, and you know the places that you want to be, and you know the places that you don't want to be. And you're not going to be caught dead someplace that you don't want to be. And you're not going to be having conversations with people that you don't want to have conversations with. And you're not going to be living in an apartment or a home that you don't want to be living in. And you're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. And instead, you're going to do this. And instead, you're going to do that. And you're going to talk with people who are interested in things like this. And you're going to read books like this. And you're going to watch films like this. And you're going to have a good time. And there's going to be peace. And there's going to be order in your fucking home. Like, period, point blank. So the energy of the Queen of Swords, she's a little bit strict. And with that energy of being strict, it's just about being firm on her boundaries. With this Queen of Swords energy, you are taking yourself seriously. You're taking your job seriously, but you're also taking your life seriously. We have to take shit seriously in order to get what we want, because there's a whole bunch of serious shit that's going on all of the time. And so when we decide that our hobbies are frivolous, when we decide that the things that we enjoy don't matter, they're not serious, we don't make time for them. We don't prioritize them. And then we're living a life like that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward goes to live with the other squids, and it's just play the flute, dance terribly, bike home, sleep, wake up, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make time for your hobbies. And I feel like that's what you're doing in this next era. It's like you have a schedule that you have created for yourself. And in that schedule is your time to draw. In that schedule is your time for journaling. In that schedule is your time for reading. Okay? And going back to your fashion sense, because this Queen of Swords, she looks very fashionable. She's wearing this white robe. And it's like this floor length moment. And it's very shiny, almost like it's made out of marble. And there's butterflies all over it. So I definitely feel like you have undergone some sort of transformation, especially with the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. And now they're saying licking your wounds. So I feel like in your previous chapter, or maybe the chapter that you're currently transitioning out of, you were in a moment where there were some hurts, there were some pains. It could have been financial hurts and challenges where you could not wear the clothes that you wanted because you couldn't afford the clothes that you wanted, and different things like that. It just feels like you were in a period of life where you were sacrificing too much of you, too much of what you like, too much of what you enjoy. You weren't getting paid the amount of money that you want, and all of these different things. And so I see you in this energy where it's like, in order to get to this place, you had to become more strict with yourself, more strict with your mindset, more strict with who you allow to be around you, more strict with the conversations that you're willing to entertain, more strict with your focus and how you utilize it. And with the energy of the Three of Wands, I feel like you're going to get everything that you've been waiting for. This is something you've been scripting or EFT tapping and visualizing about coming in. And I also feel like you were not willing to compromise. You were not willing to back down. You were not willing to give up. And because of that, now you're living in the home that you want to live in. You're living in the neighborhood that you want to live in. You're paying the amount that you want to pay in rent comfortably and easily. You have a closet full of clothes that you love and adore. You're able to express yourself and you're able to do these things. And it's like this confidence that you have. You have the confidence of a woman who figured it out, right? You have this self-esteem. What is our self-esteem? Self-esteem is what we believe that we're capable of, what we believe that we can do. So I feel like with this energy here, you are trusting yourself. You know that anything can be figured out. And so while other people might be freaking out because they're like, oh my God, something is going wrong at the job. What are we going to do? I don't know what's happening. In the face of a challenge, you're level-headed. Because if I could get through that past season of life, and I could heal from that heartbreak, and I could heal from that betrayal, and I could da-da-da-da-da, they're singing, what is that, Big Sean, last night took a L, but tonight I bounced back. If I could heal from that, and I could do that, and I could take my business from being in the crapper to thriving and being on top, I can handle anything. And so you've got this level of confidence, and people are really admiring the hell out of you. People are really enjoying being in your energy. They're enjoying talking with you. They're enjoying getting to know you, and they're enjoying being around you. You're going to find that a lot of the adventures in your next season of life are coming because people are so drawn to you. They want to know who you are. They want to know your story. What do you do for work? And how long have you been doing that? And you look so good. And it's obvious that they pay you well. It's obvious that you make a lot of money. That's what I feel. That's what I feel, bitch. With the energy of the Queen of Swords, I had to call you a bitch because that's how serious I am. That's how serious, that's how strong the energy is. Looking, feeling, smelling like $1,000,000. Word to ludicrous. You're going to be looking really good. You're going to be looking very expensive. Okay, some of you have certain, jewelry and pieces and things like that on your mood board, on your Pinterest board. You're going to be having that. You're going to be receiving that, absolutely. And so you're going to be wearing things and you're going to be putting it together, and just the way that you wear your clothes, the way that you put your clothes together, the way that you put an outfit together, it looks like you, it looks unique, and you're going to have this gravitational pull where people are asking you questions, and people are wanting to learn more about you, and people are wanting to be just supported by you. People are wanting to be like mentored by you because they're like, how did you do that? How did you get to this company with all of this male egotistical bullshit? And you are wearing this pink suit, and you walk into the room and everybody sits up straight, and people are not talking shit about you because you have on the pink suit, or they were talking shit about you, but then after the meeting, they weren't, because of how you talk and how brilliant you are and how proven your methods are. Like, oh my God. So pound number two, the adventures in your next home life are that you're going to be getting a lot of fucking respect. And it's really going to be a reflection of how much you're respecting yourself. So congratulations on this growth and expansion and all of the work that you're doing. If you're watching this and you're like, I want that level of self-respect, then check out the programs in the description box. Evidently Easy is an amazing program for boosting your self-confidence and your intuition, connecting with your inner being and allowing your desires to manifest without putting in a whole bunch of effort and hard work. So there's that program. There's also I Can and I Should, which is my self-esteem boosting program. That's where you learn to believe in yourself and learn how to believe in your ability to reach your goals. It's really amazing. I also am open for personal readings right now. So click along those links in the description box. I also have the free resource library. When you join, you get access to a whole bunch of amazing things, workbooks, meditations, the whole shebang. And also you'll be on my email list, and I send out emails a couple times a week, at least once a week, and those emails are the shit too. So there's a lot of support that is available to you, and I would love to help you out even further. Okay, I love you lots. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way over to the website, and I will see you in the next video. Oh my God, girl, my microphone has been muted this whole fucking time. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll start over. We'll start over. It's only been a couple minutes. It's fine. Okay. Now we're here. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading, where we are tapping into the adventures you're going to have in your next home. Whether you have just signed the lease on a new place or you're still manifesting and getting the energy right, let's see what is happening for you in this next home. Okay, so what I was saying, the first couple of minutes of this got a little bit screwed up because my microphone was muted, so I'm just going to repeat what I just said. you're going to be connecting with the right people at the right time, and they're going to be taking you to the right places. So I feel like you're going to be going to some really hot restaurants. You're going to be going to places with really great views, right? Like you chose in your picture. I was mentioning a couple different cities. I feel like wherever you are going to, there's going to be some sort of like active nightlife. So I think of places like New York, I think of Miami, I think of Los Angeles, Paris, maybe even like Nashville. You know what I mean? So for pile number 3, I feel like you could have been in a place in your current chapter that you're transitioning out of. You could be in a place where it's kind of like, what do I want to say? Like the middle of nowhere. Okay. Some place where nightlife is just not very active and different things like that. Maybe you feel a little bit bored sometimes, or you feel like there's not a lot to do, or there's nothing around here, you know, that kind of energy. Regardless, I feel like in your next chapter, in your next home, you're going to be in a place where there's a lot of options, and you're going to have, I wanted to say a group of friends, but I feel like you're going to have a couple different group of friends. Yes, pile number 3, I feel like you're like me in that way, where I think back to when I was like in high school and maybe even kind of in college, where I did not have one group of friends that I hung out with all of the time. As I moved throughout high school, I had different friends who I would hang out with at different, different times, different days. There were some friends that I would hang out with during lunch, and we would all hang out in a specific spot. And then other times I would be in the theater room for lunch, hanging out with my theater friends. And then I would be, sitting with other friends. So I get the energy that you're going to have a diverse kind of group, a diversity of groups, where you're going to be hanging out with some people who have these interests and then other people who have those interests. But regardless of what their interests are, they're going to love to party. They're singing the song Party by Beyonce. We like to party. Okay? You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Ooh, we got the swag, saucy drippin' swag. Ooh, you a bad girl and your friends bad too. We got the swag, saucy drippin' swag. Ooh. I may be young, but I'm ready. Do you guys know that TikTok video? Do you guys know that TikTok video? That's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life. That man is so funny. And it was like first a person, they're recording themselves singing Party by Beyonce. And then a lot of people started making videos with that same, like their rendition of that person's version. And they say, I may be young, but I'm ready. Okay, maybe it's funnier if you've seen the original video. Anyway, to give you all my love, okay? So anyway, I feel like you're going to be having a really good time. Some of you guys are young. Some of you guys are youthful, okay? Some of you guys are having the reminder of like, wait a second, I'm young, okay? And now I'm getting that One Direction, tonight let's get some and live while we're young. Some of you guys, again, you're like me. Is this my pile? Is this my pile number 3? Because they're showing me that meme where it's like some young person that did something, somebody who did something really young, and then they say they should have been at the club. You know what I mean? It's like Albert Einstein was 23 when he discovered blah, 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 blah. He should have been at the club, So I feel like there's 2 stories I'm getting. Story number 1 is you're having that realization of like, wait a second, like I am young. These are some really good years that I'm living. I need to be having a good time. I need to be partying it up. And now they're singing a song, girl. You just are getting all of the songs, okay? This energy is very different from pile number 1 and pile number 2, even though, of course, you could have chosen multiple. What's that song? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, it's called, is that the song? Hold on, let me see. Yes, it is. Okay, so the song is called Living It Up by Ja Rule, okay? So go and listen to that song because that's going to be your vibe. Let me add that to my playlist right now. because that's really about to be your vibe. You're about to be living it up. You're about to be having a good time. So for the one hand, there's those people that are like, wait a second, I've been spending too much time, right? Me personally, I spent my early 20s building a fucking business. And now I'm in my mid 20s and I'm like, okay, diva, like you need to have fun. You're getting a little stick in the muddy. And you need to lighten up, diva. You need to have a good time. You need to bust it open. Damn, you know? Use it or lose it, girl. And then for others of you, I feel like you're having this moment of like, I'm getting older and I don't want to just be older and tired and washed up, which those are phrases that I heard. Those are not necessarily things that I would use to describe anyone. But what I mean is, sometimes from what I've observed, people get a little bit older and then they start talking about their bodies as if they're breaking down, right? Like I saw a reel on Instagram and it was of a guy and he was like, this is what it's like playing with your kids after 35. And I'm like, 35, brother, that's young. And he basically was just saying how he basically was showing in the video how he struggles to pick the kids up more than a couple times. And all of a sudden his back is hurting and he can't be on the floor like this and he can't be in this position and And one of the comments was like, hey, going to the gym really helps, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like, there are people of all ages that are in really great physical health. Like there's this one guy that I do yoga with. Not like we talk all the time, but just he's in the yoga class very often. And he is a older man. And when I say an older man, I mean, he's a white man, so we maybe can give or take a decade, but I really kind of feel like he's 80. He could be 70. No offense, no shade. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be mean. Okay. But he looks about 80. He looks about 80. He really could be like 85. He could be 88. Anyway, the point is he's really old. Okay. And he be in that yoga class and he be doing them poses. Like he really keeps up. And that yoga class, my favorite yoga class that I go to, that class is challenging as fuck. Okay, he beat me up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there are people of all ages that feel really good in their bodies and that are having fun and that are active. But some people, the way they talk about their bodies is as if it's breaking down and they're incapable. And so I feel like for a certain group of you, you're having that moment where you're like, no, I'm not going out like this. No, this is not what my 30s are going to be like. This is not what 40 is going to be like for me. This is not what 50 looks like for me. No. The night is still young. The night is still young, and so are we. How dare we sit quietly and watch the world pass us by? That was a Nicki Minaj song. I don't condone any of her previous personal current behaviors at all. But that song is still good, Anyway, so, all right. Let's see. What else do we have for my pile number 3s? So I see you going out. I literally, rooftop bar, rooftop bar, rooftop bar, rooftop bar. They're like, say it one more time for the girlies in the back. Rooftop bar. I see you on a rooftop bar. I see you dancing on a tabletop. I see you having a good time. I see you partying. I see you might be taking a couple shots. You might be having a couple glasses of wine. You might have a signature cocktail or two. You know what I mean? I see you going out. I see you having a good time. I'm not necessarily getting like a whole, how they say like white girl wasted situation. I'm not really getting that, but I am getting, let me go out. Let me have a good time. Let me enjoy my life. Okay. Some of you guys are going to be going to different events like cooking classes and things like that. I also definitely see you being invited out to events as well. Okay. Some of you guys, these are events that are like put on by your company. So you want to go to, I don't know, for some of you, your company that you're working for is going to have certain like retreats or certain things or mixers and different parties and events like that. Okay, I see you going to that. I also see you going to like galas. I also see you, the great goddess, transcendence, divinity, Shakti. Okay, I see you going to these amazing events. For those of you that are social media content creators, influencers, different things like that, I see you going to brand events. For those of you that are creatives, in general, I see you going to brand events. They're talking to me about publicity. So I feel like your publicity is going to go up alongside your new home. I just see you being in a place where there's more activity. So for some of you, you're a content creator living in Idaho or Missouri, and you have to travel hours and hours and hours if you want to go to a certain event. But when you move to Florida, there's a lot of events that are happening there. Or you move to New York, there's a lot of events that are happening there. In Los Angeles, in Southern California, there's a lot of events that are happening there. There's a lot of headquarters for companies that are happening there. And so because you're going to be someplace where things are kind of popping for your industry, then you're also going to be going to more industry events. I see you connecting with and like networking, organically networking, building friendships and relationships with people. And they're also going to be inviting you out to places. I see you, you're going to go as the +1 to a couple of things. And then you're going to go from being a +1 to being the person who's being invited. Okay. So I definitely feel like you're going to be known a lot. And I also feel like you're going to be feeling really good. So we got the great goddess, and the song that I was channeling earlier was Grown Woman by Beyonce. I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I like. And that was for pile number 2. So you guys could definitely have chosen pile number 2 as well, because I'm getting a grown woman vibe here. I'm getting this vibe of like, really like loving your body. Okay. Some of you guys, you're growing out your hair. You're going to be doing your hair in a different style. Maybe you're going to be getting a different kind of wig or different kinds of wigs. But I'm seeing like your body, because on the card, this woman is, she is naked. So I just feel like you're going to be focusing a lot on like your physical body, not like you're going to be critiquing yourself, but I feel like you're going to be really loving your body. Okay. I'm in my penthouse half naked. I cooked this meal for you naked. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy where I just feel like you're going to be really loving your body. I feel like you're going to be feeling very photogenic. Like you're going to be in a time where you can't take a bad picture. You look good from every angle. You know what they say, if you want to know how somebody really looks, look up the Getty Images. Is that what it is? Bitch, you might be on the fucking Getty Images. You're going to be like, yep, that's me. Bad bitch. No filter. I feel like you're going to be feeling really good. Okay. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. And that's by Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. So you might listen to both of those artists, because their songs are coming through quite a bit. So I'm seeing you in this place where you're feeling like a goddess. And I also feel like you're going to be going on some dating adventures too. I feel like you're going to have some suitors. I feel like you're going to have people that are asking you out on dates. This could literally be guys stopping you in the street, guys stopping you at events, guys stopping you at, in the club. You know what I'm saying? Go shawty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna sip a cardi like it's your birthday. And we don't give a fuck cause it's your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Okay, I was twerking. Sometimes we just have to take a twerk break together as a family. But seriously, I see you having a really good time. And I see you enjoying your life. I see you having good food. I see you having good friends. I see you having good drinks. I see you having really beautiful views. I see you being more well known and networking and just having really good publicity. This is kind of giving me like socialite vibes. The publicity could be for your business, but it also can just be for your personal life. Like everybody knows you. I went to the local bar and everybody knew you there. I went to the local club and everybody knew you there, right? When you go to that restaurant that you and your homegirls go to every single Saturday, the waitress is like, hey, ladies. You're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So you've got that connection and you are really going to feel a lot of community. You're going to feel a very strong sense of belonging and you're gonna be just magnetic, okay? And I feel like men are gonna be all over you. Even if you're watching this, you're like, girl, I'm married. Men are still gonna be all over you. Even if you're watching this, you're like, girl, I have a boyfriend. Men are still gonna be all over you. People are going to be asking you out. They are going to be wanting to take you out, okay? I'm talking wine, dine, the letter that comes after 68. You know what I'm saying, girl? Like, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. If you want more help building up your confidence and expecting this and allowing this new home in, definitely check out the links in the description box. I actually do have a digital journal full of scripting prompts to help you manifest your new home. It's on sale for $10. Oh my God. Why didn't I say that in the other piles? I totally forgot. Click the link in the description box. Go to my digital journals. It's linked in the description and get the digital journal that's on sale for $10 for scripting prompts that you can use to manifest this new home and this new experience. Oh my God, that's so good. Also, I am open for personal readings. Also, I have an abundance of courses and programs and free resources that are available to you in the description box. It's all made to help you grow and expand and confidently experience this, because I don't just want to tell you beautiful shit is coming. I want to help you to actually create the beautiful shit, to receive the beautiful shit, to relish in it, and to be able to maintain it so that you can live a beautiful life, right? All right, Diva, I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I will talk to you again on the next video.